It is?
Probably in the rear.
So we went with the ReadyLift 4-inch kit, which is going to include everything you need to get back in spec. It's going to have custom upper control arms to get our caster right. It is just spacers front and rear, but the nice thing about that is it's not going to mess with the rest of the geometry. It's going to keep the suspension running nice and smooth, and we shouldn't even have to change shocks. So this is going to be sweet. What's up, tread heads? Welcome back to the Tread Life. Today I got a very special one for you. We are not working on the Toyota. We are actually gonna be working on my half-ton Chevy, the tow rig. We're gonna make this thing tow so much better. Stay tuned. All right, before we get into this video, I wanna talk a little bit about my guys, Backcountry Upfitters. These guys are North Idaho's killer source for all things 4x4 and off-road. They also do Line-X bed liners. They can do anything from your brand new Sierra 3500. And check this thing out. They just got done working on this Jayco Sprinter van, 4-wheel drive. Really cool. I absolutely love this shop. And they're a sponsor of the channel. These are the guys that you can go to, check out their ride visualizer. That's what I did to see what my ride was gonna look like when we're done with this. And you guys are gonna think it's super cool too, I hope. And yeah, come on down, check this place out, and let's get into this. These guys are not just a lift and tire shop. They can do everything from floor liners to bed sides. Of course, they do have really killer wheel and tire deals, towing equipment, got a full decked setup over here, truck boxes, all your recovery gear, even down to your fuel cans, steps, Nerf bars, pretty much anything you want to get your custom truck looking really cool. Box shocks. I can't say enough great things about this place. Let's do this. So for those of you who don't know what my tow rig is, it is a 2020 half-ton 1500 Silverado with the Duramax. Now, not the big 6.6 Duramax, it's actually the 3.0 straight 6 Duramax. I chose this because combined with the 10-speed, this thing gets about 34 miles to the gallon on the highway, and it's rated to tow 9,600 pounds. The only thing that I never really loved about it is that anytime I get it loaded up, the whole back end just starts to squat. And that's because obviously they wanted this truck to ride super nice for those guys that are just using it as a commuter truck. But for me, a guy that actually uses it, I want to make sure that when I'm loaded up heavy, this thing's going to ride nice and level. And you know what? While we're at it, I decided let's give it a little bit better stance. So we got a lift coming. I'm going to talk to you guys about this. Actually, I'm going to let Matt talk to you guys about this because they're the experts. I don't really work on a lot of new stuff, so this is going to be kind of a fun one for me. Let's do it. So this is my everyday trailer that I use. I'm just kidding, this is not my everyday trailer. This thing is massive, but I was trying to make a point that when I put this or any trailer onto my pickup, that it squats like crazy. And I did actually get it lined up and set down, but it got so low in the back of this truck, I couldn't even get the jack all the way up, and so I couldn't even show you guys just how bad it squats. And the cool thing is we're gonna do a little 4-inch lift, and then we can put this thing back on here with the bags and show just how much it stays level, even with this gigantic trailer on the back of it. Of course, it's March in North Idaho, so why wouldn't we get a whole bunch of snow right before we were gonna go into the shop and do all this work? What a drag. And I wore my shop shoes, which are knit, and my feet are soaked. I am absolutely stoked to be working on a lift. I never get to work on a lift. I'm always on my back, so this is gonna be super cool. Probably seems like I'm standing around a lot, and that's because I kind of am. These guys are masters at what they do, and I only work on old stuff, and this is substantially newer. Not that I probably couldn't figure it out, but shoot, these guys do it day in and day out, so why not them just do it perfect? One kind of cool thing is I've been under a lot of older Chevys, and for the most part, it doesn't seem like they've changed a lot, except for obviously a ton more sensors and different things like that. But overall design of the platform is pretty much the same. Got this same 2-bolt lower strut design. Obviously it's double A-arm. So we're gonna put a spacer right in here. It's gonna drop all this down and just give us that little bit of lift. Also put in new upper control arms so that we can get our caster corrected and not have issues with drivability. This thing is gonna tow like a beast. The strut spacer kit actually has two spacers. It's gonna have one that goes in between the top hat and the spring, and one that goes up above with the angle already built into it so that you get that nice angled ride. It's pretty cool. I've never seen them done like that. All right, got our bottom spacer in. This is a really cool tool. Allows you to safely compress your springs. That's a lot easier than what I would have done on the garage floor, which is just kind of jump up and down on it until it was compressed enough. Not sure if the camera is picking it up, but there's our old forged versus our new tubular control arm. Super, super cool. So if you happen to hear any sanding or air compressors going off in the background, that's because these guys are also doing Line-X bed liners here, and Jesse's getting this truck prepped to go into the booth. And I'll show you guys that process a little more here in a bit. All right, there's our completed driver's side knuckle. Very cool. So I missed him spraying the actual textured liner portion of it, but caught up with him as he was spraying the clear coat or the UV protectant over the top of it. This is to make sure that that deep black finish is never going to fade. And these guys have been doing Line-X here for over a decade. It's actually what they started doing before they started getting into the off-road business. And if you have any bed liner needs, these are definitely the go-to guys. All right, that is the whole front side of this pickup done. And we are going to move on to the back. Back should be easy enough. We've just got some lift blocks with our perch angles already built into them. Some new U-bolts. These are the bump stop spacers. They're gonna go right in there. And then some shock relocation or drop brackets. So should be pretty easy. And then we'll probably move on to doing the bags. All right, we got our lift blocks in and our shock extensions installed. Those are on the top, which we both thought was kind of weird because normally we see them on the bottom, but that's how ReadyLift wants you to do it. So here is our new perch angle, kind of cool, built into the lift block. And now we're working on bags. Fortunately, I didn't realize, or I forgot that we were gonna need a spacer in order to install the lift bags, and so we got to make up this distance somehow. And yeah, so we'll probably have to finish this tomorrow. So silly me, we had talked previously about maybe needing a lift block for this space right here, and I thought, well, it's gonna sit on top of the springs. Hang on. It's gonna sit on top of the spring, so even if we lift the spring, it's gonna be the same distance from the frame. Well, that is actually not how these things bolt up. They bolt up to this bumper for the lower bump stop pad right here, and we're gonna need to get a spacer in there. We actually had a 6-inch one on the shelf that took up, this is about 5 inches now, and that would have taken that up, but once this has the weight on it and sets down, it's gonna come down a lot. So we need to get the 4-inch spacer for it. That way we can actually hook our bags up. But we'll get the compressor installed, run the lines, and have the spacer here in the morning, and then we'll be able to finish this install. All right, it is day 2. I tried to wear the same shirt and hat so that I could fool you guys, but dropped my contacts, so I'm wearing glasses today and can't fool you guys anyway. So let's get in here and see what we got going on. Looks like Matt went a little above and beyond after I left yesterday and got all our top bags mounted. So as soon as you get these bottom perches put in and get our spacers, and we should be good to go. So where are you thinking you want to put the compressor? Oh, there it is right there. Cool, check that out. Look at how tiny and cute that thing is. It's like it just mounts with some self-tappers. That's pretty on there, pretty solid. So I guess we just gotta plumb in some wiring. And then start, oh, there's a manifold right there. That's kind of cool. You can tell I know nothing about this. All right, we're getting the wheels back on. Got all our bags installed. Some of these bolts are still a little loose because we got to tighten it down once it's on the ground. Found out that my pinion seal's leaking. That's cool. And then we even added some little bonus Schrader valves here for some backup. So I gotta go listen to my kid read at school, and I'm gonna let these guys finish up. All right, we're gonna set it on the ground for the first time and see just how tall it is. I think it's gonna look sweet. Probably gonna look a little tall until the springs settle after it sits on the ground, but see how much this control arm ends up leveling out. Probably can't see that, it's pretty dark. Somebody needs to jump on it. Oh, it looks right. That looks cool. You still see like our little ReadyLift logo and stuff. It'll come down a little bit, but I mean, I wanted it taller. A little taller anyway. All right, so while I was watching some kids read, these guys got the pickup over to the alignment shop, and I'm just getting my first look at it. I absolutely love it. Finally looks like a pickup. I always thought that it just sat too low. In fact, I couldn't even pull into a parking spot without scraping the valance on a curb. Boy, was that annoying. And now it's actually looks like a pickup, looks like a truck. That is super cool. I can't wait to try out my new airbag system and put this thing. I'm gonna go hook it up to that trailer again, I think, and let it squat and then hit it with some air and watch it lift back up. But man, that is That is perfect. I love it. All right, so we are back hooked up to our big trailer. And as you can see, truck's squatting. And right now I've got just, 5 pounds of air in each bag. I don't know if that's coming through on the camera or not, but we're gonna raise this up to, let's say, 50, 60 pounds and watch this trailer lift. Listen to the compressor kick on. Watch that trailer start to come up. You can see the truck lifting. Let's go up even more. Let's go up to 75. Let's go up to 60. Very cool. So I had the jack sitting all the way on the ground, and now we're lifted up probably about an inch. Tongue weight on this trailer, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I know for a fact that the truck is back to its level ride height where we want it, and it's not gonna sway. It's gonna be much more sturdy. And the coolest part about this is I've got 2 bags with 2 separate lines, and so we're not going to have an issue where one bag is going to inflate the other one as we go around corners or cause any sort of instability there. So overall, super stoked on this kit, and now I'm going to be able to tow so much better. All right guys, if you made it this far, I can't thank you enough for watching all the way to the end. I'm super stoked about our 4-inch lift kit. I'm extremely stoked about our bag kit. We're gonna be able to tow basically anything we want now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out treadlife.org. Check out backcountryupfitters.com. Get yourself some swag. See you on the next one.